your screen now, and we are live. What's going on, fellow art enthusiasts? I'm Alex, and I'm here to welcome you to Sideshow's Ink and Draw. I'm here with Ian MacDonald, Sideshow art director Ian MacDonald. What's up, Ian?
Not too much. How's it going, man?
I'm good. I'm chilling in New York, feeling that New York humidity. What do you got?
Some Toronto humidity, man. Same kind of thing.
Oh my God! By the way, I made a mistake. It is called Ink Tank. Ink Tank. This is Sideshow's Ink Tank. It's first inaugural one, so that's exciting. So Ian, you ready for this drawing prompt?
For sure. Yeah.
Okay. I want you, as the creator of these awesome monsters for Unruly Industries, I want you to create a new famous monster. That's what I want you to draw.
Okay. All right.
You ready?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Now, while you are, oh, here we go. See, I'm just going to stop. Yeah, I can see it. I'm going to just basically stop talking just so I can watch you drawing. But so how did you get your start drawing? Tell me about little Ian.
Little Ian?
Learning how to draw.
I guess like as a kid, I drew a lot. I was really inspired by Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers and those kind of things. I grew up in the 90s, so but actually I was going to in high school I was on track to do science, actually. And then I saw the Pirates of the Caribbean 2 movie, and that kind of
Pirates of the Caribbean 2.
Yeah, remember, you know, the one with Davy Jones?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that kind of like pulled me back into art, and I realized like that's what I should be doing. So I kind of canceled my scholarship at the last minute and took animation instead.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of just rode that out, and now you're doing art all the time.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Well, so I mean, aside from what you're doing with Sideshow, by the way, I'm excited about your DC variant covers that they keep getting announced. Like, how did that? Dude, that must be so amazing. How did that even happen? Isn't that exciting, man? Get your stuff out there.
Yeah. I don't know, man. They reached out to me a few months ago to do some variants, and yeah, it's pretty awesome. That was always on the top of my kind of bucket list to do comic book covers, basically. So that
is basically living the dream. You got it. And by the way, everyone, we got Paul Hernandez. Our man Paul is in the chats. So if you have any questions, concerns, commentary, send it over to Paul. Paul, who does want all of the DC variants, so he said please send it to him. So he's waiting by the mailbox right now. You ever see those, like the meme? He's like staring out the window right now for that. So as a Canadian from Toronto, the home of Scott Pilgrim, right?
Yeah.
How does where you're from inspire your style? Do you think that had any inspiration to how you got into that?
I think a little bit, because here in Toronto or outside of Toronto, there's an animation school called Sheridan. It's a pretty big animation school. It's like Sheridan and Cal Arts are like kind of two of the biggest ones in North America. And I think a lot of my style, that's where I went to school, by the way, for animation school. And a lot of my style kind of evolved from there, like from the friends I met there and the teachers and stuff like that. And just life drawing, like lots and lots of life drawing. So yeah, no, I don't know if that's uniquely Canadian, but
who knows?
Yeah.
Listen, I really believe that where a person's from, can often inspire, their style, and how they get their start. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally, man. I mean, I don't draw moose or beavers all the time.
Then this is over. I thought that's what you were going to be drawing. I thought you were starting to draw a moose or a moose beaver.
I might draw something like that, actually, maybe.
Yeah, you should throw some antlers on there.
Yeah.
So hey, some poutine. You got to put some poutine in there, right?
Oh yeah,
Oh my,
poutine.
oh my God. Let me tell you
Rattle off
something.
the
That one, that
Canadian
one
food.
time when I was in Canada, that one time,
Mhm.
Canada. Oh man, the poutine. I actually crossed the border with some poutine. I was afraid I was going to get arrested with it. It was delicious.
You crossed the border with it?
Yeah, when I was coming back home, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna bring this big bowl of poutine back home with me. Some leftovers." I was nervous. All those French fries and cheese curds, man, it's amazing.
Yeah. I hear you,
So
man. I love that stuff.
uh, all the carbs and fat, it's beautiful. So
Yeah.
here's the thing. While you work, this is something I also like to know. While you work, do you have anything that you tend to listen to or watch? Like some people will throw a show on in the background, some people throw a
Mm.
podcast on, some music. What is your process with that?
Uh, Podcasts for sure. Mostly
Yeah.
podcasts. Yeah, I'm a nerd, so I listen to a lot of video game and history kind of podcasts.
Like, hey, give me a history one because like the
History,
dollop.
Dan Carlin's hardcore history for sure. That's like
Yeah.
that's the big one for me. Why? What about you? What were you thinking?
Oh no, you said history. Do you ever listen to the dollop? Come on.
Dollop? No, I
Oh my
don't know
God,
that.
you'll love it. It's not hardcore. Hardcore history is hardcore history, man. You can't really top hardcore history, but I'm gonna
Mhm.
get comment about that. Yes, hardcore history is great. You can't really top that, but you might like the dollop. Hey, I'm making a recommendation to you.
Okay, the dollop.
There
Got
you
it.
go.
I'll
Yeah.
check it
So,
out for sure.
but
But yeah, I find when I listen to podcasts, I don't really take in a lot while I work because if I'm focused on something. But I like having the background noise, kind of.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's what I was expecting. Yeah, because some people will put on like a show they don't care about, or something that doesn't take that much investment, but it helps you get through the process. Oh, this
Mm-hmm.
looks awesome. All right, so this is going to get sent to my house.
This,
Um,
yeah, right.
I know it's on your computer, so you're just going to have to send your entire computer over to my house. So from YouTube, someone said they imagined you listen to music while working, or you prefer peace and quiet. But yeah, we decided it was podcasts.
Yeah, yeah. Podcasts. Peace
Okay.
and quiet is nice too. I know a lot of the. There's this famous animator who I always really looked up to, who like said you should always just work in peace and quiet. But yeah, I need that background noise, I think.
Yeah, yeah, because I mean that eerie silence, or if you have what is it, tinnitus? Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah,
Tinned, that's
tinnitus.
yeah. I think that's like that
The,
ringing in your ears
the
or something
ringing.
like
Yeah,
that.
like, yeah, you can't work in any peace and quiet. Got to have some sort of
Yeah,
background. Oh, I'm already
yeah.
loving this. So you have okay. Not only do you have designer toys, because I broke my bat brain out. Not only do you have designer toys, but you work with straight up art prints, and
Hmm.
you also design statues. So what are
Yeah.
like so I mean there's such different mediums to work on. Like what are some of the challenges that come with that translation from two-dimensional to three-dimensional?
Mm.
Mm,
There's a lot. I think there's so many more steps to a three-dimensional project and so many more people involved. Like if I do an art print, it's just kind of me and uh, Gracie, the head of the print program. We just kind of hash it out. But with a statue, you're getting into um, like after the design is like the first part of the process. Then after that,
right.
there's like so many. There's paint, there's sculpt, there's mold and cast, and just so much more happens after the design that like the design part of the process feels so minimal
Yeah,
compared to the rest of it, kind of
but it
thing.
is a collaboration. You know what I mean? Like because they got to come back to you with notes and such and such.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true too. Like there's art art directing and things like that. There's and design support is another thing. So there is like Richard Long, who's after me. He and I
He's
tend to
after you. What did
collaborate.
you do? What did you do to him? Why is he coming after
Yeah,
you?
he's chasing me. No, no, he and I kind of work together on a lot of that stuff, like throughout a project. Just kind of if any issues come up in the sculpt or any other thing, we'll do paint things like paint overs and suggestions and that kind of stuff. So Yeah, our process doesn't really just end at design, but it is. Yeah, it's totally different. The uh, prints and the statues are totally different thing for sure.
It's got to be a lot more interesting, sometimes fun, sometimes frustrating, I guess, to work on a collaborative effort like that with instead of just getting that freedom to do what you want.
For sure.
But wait, someone from Ron Lorenas from Facebook asked, "What is your favorite cover that you have done, and what title or character cover would you like to do in the future?"
Okay.
No spoilers if you already have anything in the works.
Yeah, yeah.
No spoilers.
I think my favorite cover is probably Catwoman 21. I think Catwoman 21. I think that's my favorite. I actually, so she's kind of just standing on a rooftop, and there's a little cat on her shoulders, and I modeled the cat after my friend's cat. I didn't tell DC that, but that's that's my friend's cat. Basically, he was pretty stoked when I told him that.
They have to pay that cat royalties now, right?
I know. Yeah, exactly.
That cat did not sign off on its life rights.
Yeah.
But that's all.
And I would love to do Batman if I could, or something.
Oh boy.
Something I've done, like Batman Who Laughs, but not Batman directly. So yeah.
So you want your own Batman. You want your own.
That's right.
Your own take on it.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. So Roy Megan from Facebook said that he loves your work and has a bunch of items that you designed and a bunch of your art prints. He's got Aspen, Pillars of the Rebellion, Psylocke.
Cool.
Oh, and
thank you.
On YouTube, Cody Edwards, do you have any tips for people getting into digital art who are coming from a traditional art background?
I would say as much as possible, try to treat, like if you're coming directly from traditional, try to treat it as much as like traditional as you can. Like, I don't know if you can see my screen, but there's I use these color sliders here, and I kind of mix paint this way. A lot of people jumping into digital use these the color picker, and this is really confusing. There's just so much, like, I don't know, when you mix paint here, you're choosing the hue and the saturation and then the brightness kind of thing. So this feels more natural, like actually mixing paint. And find brushes that have some kind of grit or texture to them too, and I think that helps a lot for sure. So yeah, that's my advice.
I know I tried messing with digital drawing once, but it's the whole because you don't use a mouse, you're using a pen and a style. You're using a stylus, right?
Yeah.
The whole applying pressure and the little side buttons. I was like, I can't. Why am I even trying? Why am I? I'm no Ian MacDonald. I can't draw. What does it matter what my stick figures look like if I do them digitally?
Do it. Just takes practice. That's all.
So we got a little bit of a bride of spare parts going on right here. I like it.
Gracie, the head of the print program, wanted me to put a bird somewhere in this, so I'm going to put a bird also, by the way. Yeah, she likes birds, so I told her I'd throw a bird into the drawing.
Also a Scott Pilgrim fan, by the way. It's all coming together.
Yeah, totally.
We should make this the Scott Pilgrim. Let's make a Scott Pilgrim podcast now.
Yeah. I'm down.
So here's the thing. Here's a question. Obviously, there's a question because I'm asking you questions, but most challenging piece you've worked on? Could be personal, or it could be DC, or it could be Sideshow. Your choice. I'll give you the. That's it. It's over. You're gonna have to think about this now.
Yeah, I think it's the. I did a print, Jim Lee tribute to the series of X-Men covers he did back in the day.
Oh yeah.
That was really challenging because I had to kind of take what he already established, but update it in my style, and also draw a ton of heroes in one shot. That's always hard to do group shots for sure. Just coming up with the composition and everything takes so much longer than just a single character portrait. So
plus the background and everything else, plus the width of it.
true.
And then on the flip side, you did the Avengers Assemble versus Thanos. Like, was that equally as difficult? Because I guess it's the same struggle, right? With the composition of the characters and so many characters.
Yeah, it was. But in that case, the composition was already kind of there. But yeah, it was. I think that was. I probably spent just the same amount of time on that. Those took a little while to do. So yeah, very challenging.
Oh, and someone, it's funny. Someone was just asking about those prints on Twitter. Any plans to do a DC one? I mean, that would be spoilers if we could even talk about that.
I don't know. I don't know as of yet, but yeah, we'll see.
What?
Good question.
So what DC team would you love to do?
The Justice League for sure.
Which Justice League though? Like the main, the classic, or
the core group? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was. I did a cover recently of the Death Metal Justice League, and it's still fun. Like, they're interesting characters, but I still love like Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, that kind of thing. So
the classic, yeah. Green Lantern,
Flash. Yeah, exactly.
I feel like Paul was not a Phantom Stranger. I feel Paul's into the deep cut ones. I'm into like Etrigan, Justice League Dark.
Yeah.
But you know what I can't do? I can't draw. So that's not my choice. That's all you, man.
No, that's cool, man. I like the weird heroes and villains too that they've come up with over the years.
Yeah, they come up, and you did that cover that got announced with Starro. I know we're having a little giggle about that before we went live about Starro.
Yeah.
That's a blast of a cover. And talking about composition, I mean, like that must have been challenging as well. Another big team piece.
Yeah, definitely. And I didn't have a lot of time for that too, but yeah, no, it's fun to solve. That was another one where it was a tribute to an old piece, so part of the problem was kind of already solved, but I had to kind of update it, modern aesthetic and everything. So
right.
Yeah,
this bride of spare parts is out of control right now.
I'm gonna draw a little bird too.
You're working on the bird.
Yeah.
So from Facebook, and actually this was a question I also like to ask people too. But from Facebook, someone wanted to know who are some artists that you're a big fan of, like you could recommend.
I'm a huge fan of Mike Mignola's work. He's probably my favorite artist, I think.
You and I just became best friends.
Yeah, yeah. His stuff is incredible. Like his design, the way he simplifies the shapes, everything. Like, yeah, I wish I had his style.
Yeah, but I love that he's so honest about it too. He's like, yeah, I just don't want to draw cars and helicopters.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, no, you're talking to a massive Hellboy fan. Where's all my Hellboy fans in the live stream? I want them all to come forward now. But yeah, that is a good pick.
Yeah, man, so good. Yeah. Besides him, let's see. I really like, obviously, guys like Alex Ross. I kind of aspire to be like those guys. Yeah, just masters at their craft, basically. So.
Yeah, you can't really stop Alex Ross.
No.
So what is one of your, not instead of your most challenging piece, what's one of your favorite pieces that you worked on?
Good question. I had a lot of fun working on these archetypes statues that were revealed pretty recently.
Oh, Dark Sorceress.
The Dark Sorceress, the Dragon Slayer, and the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun to do. just something a little more original and less not licensed, basically. But I still love working on the licensed stuff too.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a fan. You're working on stuff that you grew up loving. But
Mhm.
this gave you, I feel like something like that gives you more freedom. You know what I mean? Like, by the way, Dark Sorceress was like me, like RSVP, click, 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 order. Like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, really?
yeah, kill it. Yeah, I got to see them in person during Sideshow Con, and I was like, what?
Awesome.
So, yeah, I was like I love all those statues. Like you said, the archetypes. And again, you do love to work in license stuff, but having that freedom to not have to, not shackled, but, stop yourself, because you have to, answer to the owners of the property. So this gave you a little more freedom, which is awesome.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And I got to get that Dark Sorcerer. So now that we've become best friends over Mike Mignola, you could just send me one, right?
Yeah,
Send me
sure.
send me an artist proof. Send Paul artist proofs of all the DC variants, because we're all buddies now. Even though Paul
Yeah.
hasn't said anything because he's just in the chats. So,
Sure.
so I wanted to talk about the designer toys because I'm a big designer toy collector. I do a lot with the designer toy collective.
Awesome.
So you got a little bit, again, freedom. So these are just, again, like horror archetypes, these famous monsters. So what was your inspiration for like the different pieces? Because I mean, this piece right here, by the way, these tiny little legs that he's floating above kill me. But I love them. So what were some of the choices you made to come to to these as the final pieces? Like, what was your inspiration with that?
I guess I kind of just wanted to take like the core ideas of the characters and distill them down to more of kind of their basics, I guess, in a more stylized way. Like, it was fun to kind of, I do a lot of kind of realistic art in my day job, and it was fun to kind of go back to more like animated style and think of ways to kind of push things on the statues, like you said, the tiny little legs and the suspension gag of his cape and everything. Just little things that you might not see in just a regular Bram Stoker Dracula or something like that. So
yeah, and I do like how, because now you solved for the little legs and you solved for the flight. It's almost like an engineering problem at the same time. Same thing with fish face with the tiny legs, and he's using his fins and his flippers or whatever to hold him up. I like how you solved these physics problems, these engineering problems, and still kept the goofiness and the exaggeration.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that was a lot of fun to work on, for sure.
Yeah. And now we've got the bird bride here.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Coming up next. Let's see, who do we got? We got from YouTube. Do you have difficulty drawing anything, whether it be a body part or structure? Like we were saying, Mike Mignola with cars and helicopters.
Yeah, hard surface stuff is really difficult. Bodies are always tough. Like hands and feet are always pretty difficult. Like, nothing really comes that easy. I know feet especially, but like if I'm doing hands, I'll usually reference my own hand when I'm drawing. So, but like, yeah.
What if you need to reference two hands at once? Then how do you draw? Get the pencil in your teeth?
No. So one thing I do all the time is flip in Photoshop. So if I need to, I use my left hand for both the right hands and left hands, basically. So if I'm looking at my hand here, it's the left hand, then I just flip. Now it's the right. So when I draw, if that makes sense.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you ever use like photo references and stuff like that, or?
Sometimes if something's extremely difficult, yeah, for sure. But
like you're standing there with the hand, you're looking at the hand. It's great.
Yeah,
you're seeing the live hand process right now, people. This is an exclusive for Sideshow. Ink tank, the ink tank hand process.
Oh man, it's gonna be such a bad hand too.
It doesn't matter. This is fascinating now.
I know this isn't Bride of Frankenstein anymore, but
This is some real hands-on we're getting.
Oh yeah,
Man,
good
that was terrible. Why did you let me say that?
one.
No, but you know what you're doing now? That looks 100 times more like a hand than anything I've ever drawn.
But you like, I don't know, like I do encourage just drawing from life for sure. I think that's one of the most important things. Just getting into art is life drawing, and I know you can't really do cafe drawing or subway sketching anymore because of COVID. But
Right.
Yeah, when that stuff opens up, I encourage people to go life drawing for sure. They can. So
Yeah, because life. I mean, I guess drawing for life, you're getting more realistic features. You know what I mean? I'm dying over this bride, by the way.
yeah, yeah. I guess I could go in and render. I chose like a really low res document to do this on, but I could go in and just start polishing it up. Yeah, I'm at like 2 pixels brush right now, so it's not going to be that polished.
Still, this is going on my wall. When you send me your computer and your monitor, I'm just going to stick it right here in my totally real, totally not fabric background here.
Yeah, yeah, right.
So someone from YouTube wants to see you draw me now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that's going to be the next. It's being announced here, I guess, that this is going to be the new exclusive Sideshow art print. It's going to be of me.
Yeah, right. So I need to. Here, let me.
No, you don't actually have to. You don't have to draw. You don't actually have to draw. We only have 3 minutes. I mean, if you could do a 3-minute, do a 3-minute Alex sketch, that would be amazing.
Okay.
No, but,
yeah, let me do it.
But this bride is killing me. But I do love. Listen, thank you for showing this process, this live process of the hand. Because
no problem, man.
Because this is exactly what people are looking for. You know, it's like, you know, people who are trying to get into art and trying to learn little tips and tricks. You know what I mean? It's fun to see it live. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Awesome.
Little witch hand. So, do you have anything? You know, while we're wrapping up, and you're still to do some. Yeah, and the color pop on the bird is great. That was a comment.
Yeah. Right.
So, do you have anything you want to plug while we got this little bit of time left? Plug yourself. Tell us something amazing. Tell us your 5 favorite poems. Whatever you want. Plug whatever you'd like.
Plug whatever I like. I guess.
I love putting you on the spot, man. I really get you. I really like. This is gotcha journalism right here.
I don't like plugging myself.
Well, we're already plugging you to follow you on Instagram at Ian_MacDonald art.
Okay, yeah, you did the work for me.
They popped it up on the screen for you. We're getting a lot of love in the comments for this bride, so awesome. The pressure is on now, I guess, to see this to completion. I guess, you know, I mean, everyone's going to be tuning in to see how this ends up.
Yeah, we'll see.
This bride with the floating hand
and a little bird, and I wish I had more time to draw you, though. Next time I'll draw you.
Listen,
I'll do.
We'll do a 2-hour episode where everyone is just drawing me because I'm so narcissistic.
Yeah.
But listen, Ian, my friend, it was great talking to you. Now that we're best friends because of Scott Pilgrim and Mike Mignola and art, and because, you know, I am as equally as great artist. But thank you very much for coming, and I hope to talk to you again.
Yeah, for sure, man. Nice to meet you too. Thanks.
Nice to meet you. This was awesome talk.
Cool. Yeah, for sure.
All right, now Rich is going to come on in, so we're going to talk smack about you. So now we got Richard Long. What's up, my friend?
Hi.
What is going on?
Nothing. I got to follow a really good interview. That was awesome.
Really good. Listen, we're going to top that interview. We're going to top it. Okay, so every answer is better. Sorry, Ian, we were best friends. Now me and Richard are best friends.
Well, he took my favorite artist answer, first of all. It's,
You did?
yeah.
Oh man.
My favorite too.
So now we're 3 best friends.
Yeah.
Oh wait, okay, so I don't want to lose any time for you. So
Okay.
So art director Richard Long, artist, tentacles and teeth, scary stuff. I love it. You are going to make a terrifying mermaid.
Right.
A terrifying mermaid because I've been to your Instagram. I've seen some of these scary stuff you draw, which I love. I want to be scared. I want something that's supposed to be nice. I want to be terrified by it.
Okay.
All
I
right.
can't get away with doing a head though, because I kind of need the fins and the legs, right? All right.
I mean,
it might be actually kind of cool. Maybe I'll treat it like if I were to do a statue design, kind of sort of the process I would go through with working on a pose and everything. So
absolutely, that's actually even better because that speaks to the. Oh, and you could start sharing your screen if you didn't start sharing.
Sorry.
Now that speaks to what you do personally and with Sideshow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, statues. I love statues. I mean, this one looks familiar. Do you know who designed this one?
Yeah. It's awesome though. It's always a team effort with all the stuff. I would never take full credit for it. But we work with a really amazing team. And that statue turned out awesome.
Oh yeah. This is like, and I don't even collect X-Men, but I had to get this statue. So, I know everything's a team effort. It's all a collaborative effort, but I had to bring her on just for that, just to have a prop. I told you I was going to have surprise props.
Yeah.
So, I mean, so how did you get your start in art?
Let's see here. Well, I always drew since I was a kid. I went to college for illustration, so it's like editorial illustration though, which is stuff you see in magazines and things like that. But I always wanted to be a comic book artist, but it's just, when you're that young and you're not that good, you're growing, you just don't see the correlation of being able to do that.
Right.
So midway through college, I found out about video game concept art. That sort of like blew my mind, and I was just like, "Oh shit!" Excuse me. Shoot, that sounds like it fits right up my alley. So that's when I started kind of practicing learning how to do 3D and concept art, and then I got my first job for a video game company, and I did that for like 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
and then you went from video games, and then how did you get your start moving into Sideshow, like designing, figures and such and such?
I was actually a huge fan of Sideshow already, which you could see all the stuff I have in the background. This is stuff that I bought before I worked for Sideshow, and then also like I still buy it now. I'm still a super fan, but I ended up meeting Sideshow at Comic-Con, and I met up with the art director and the artist there, and I kind of just built a relationship and slowly started doing some freelance work, and then I worked my way in.
That's awesome. See, that's the thing. It's like people don't know that people get discouraged. Artists get discouraged, because of the steps it can take and the time it can take. So it's encouraging to know that you started somewhere and you made those inroads and you made those connections. You know what I mean, to move up here.
Yeah. Sorry if this is gonna suck for a while. Sometimes this figuring out process can take a while.
No, listen.
And then
this is what people want to see. People want to see the behind the scenes. They want to see the process of how you guys do what you do.
All right, awesome.
So, am I distracting you too much? Should I not ask you to pick a different artist other than Mike Mignola?
No.
As a favorite artist?
Yeah, I was actually recently thinking about this a lot. I'm a really huge fan of Pepe Larraz. I'm probably butchering his name, but he draws the House of X and Powers of X-Men books right now. I love his work, Mignola, and Kim Jong-gi, which is he's like God artist, but I love those guys. And
That
a lot of
just-
it has to do, all those guys, I don't know, it's simplicity in their work and gesture, I think is the best out there. And that's what really appeals to me.
Yeah. Sort of like, not that adding too much detail, but yeah, like you said, having that sort of simplicity and, that sort of minimalist thing, especially when you talk about Mignola.
Yeah,
Um,
totally.
it gives it a different aspect, it gives it a different aesthetic than some people who can put a lot of detail in, and they also pull that off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
So here's a question, because
Yeah.
I don't know because I'm a follower on Instagram and I've seen some of your monstrous creations. Are you a big fan of horror?
Yeah, I love horror.
So
It's not my favorite film genre or anything, but it's like I've just always loved it. I'm a huge fan of um, mood and atmosphere,
Mhm.
just cult kind of stuff. Yeah, so it's always influenced my art a lot, and I love drawing that stuff.
do you have like a specific writer or director or creator that speaks to you most?
I don't know. I don't think so. I'll say my favorite horror films though. Like I love stuff. Like I said, it's a little moodier, not necessarily slasher
Yeah.
flicks. So The Witch or
Oh
The
my God,
however you want to pronounce it.
The
Yeah,
Witch.
favorite 3 movies ever all time. Hereditary, I thought was fantastic. I love that.
Yo, I'm not even kidding. We're becoming best friends. What's the
Yeah.
third one? This might make or break it.
Oh man. I'll choose Rosemary's Baby. I love
Oh
that.
my God, forget it.
Yeah.
This is insane. That is my number one movie of all time. Sorry, I just freaked out. That is my favorite. If someone has one of my favorite movies, it's Rosemary's Baby,
Yeah. I love that movie.
because that is exactly what you're talking about. With there's nothing more atmosphere. Sorry for screaming and freaking like a little fan, like ah. But you named 3 movies that I absolutely love, and Rosemary's Baby looks like you said, mood and atmosphere,
Yeah.
mood and atmosphere.
That slow buildup and everything is just I love that stuff, man. I don't need sort of jump scares,
Yeah,
stuff to happen all the time. It's that suspense that happens throughout the film that gets me.
it's that real terror.
Yeah, 100%, man.
I can't believe you named those 3 movies. All right, so here we go. I'm going to get you some questions from Facebook. Since you started with editorials, are there any photographers or fashion designers that you draw inspiration from?
No.
No, that was easy.
Short answer, Ed.
Short answer, no. All right, so here we go. Been a horror fan for many years. What horror movies inspired you? Any 80s favorites?
I mean, the original Alien, I
Oh
love,
my God,
but just that one. The other ones are action films to me, so it's different.
dude,
Yeah.
100% agree. I'm dude. This is kind of freaking me out, man. I'm coming down to Dallas. We're gonna hang out.
Yeah, awesome, man.
We're gonna hang out, movie marathon.
I'm trying to think. I don't know what else. There's so much slasher films back in the 80s.
Yeah,
I can't think. No, I can't think of any other 80s things that come to mind.
I feel like the 90s also got. That's when things started getting a little like In the Mouth of Madness and some of those other. What's that called? Event Horizon.
Oh, I love Event Horizon. Yeah,
I feel like those are the ones that kind of fit into that same thing with atmosphere and horror, less jump scare.
yeah, 100%.
Even Pandorum,
I never seen that one actually.
Oh, you probably like that. Another one, horror atmosphere. It's pretty great. Let's see. From Facebook, I see that you monsterized the Joker and Harley. What Marvel, DC, or independent comic character would you like to do the same thing with, like make them more monstrous?
But Marvel, you said?
Marvel, DC, independent, your choice. Stumptown, right here.
I got nothing.
Uh,
Like Batman and Joker and stuff, I think just fit really well. So I
they're
think
already monsters.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I can't really think. Kill me. I don't know.
Oh, we killed you. All right, so I'm going to answer Constantine because someone wrote Constantine. Let's see. Another question. Hopefully this doesn't get you. If you could work with one film director, well, here we go. I'm hoping I know the answer to this because we've become so in sync at this point. I'm sorry. I'm being a creepy fanboy right now. If you could pick one film director to create a new monster creature horror film, what would you want to create and with who?
I'm gonna sound like I'm plugging myself a little bit, but or name dropping, but that's not the.
Do it.
I've been super fortunate to work on some movies, and so obviously I'm a huge fan of Mignola. I actually got to work on the last Hellboy movie, and so that was super amazing. The movie was fine.
Yeah.
But super fun to work on. Obviously, I love Wolverine. I got to work on Logan as well, which is one of my favorite superhero films ever.
Yeah.
When it comes to you asked about it
was what kind of creature would you want to create and with who? By the way, visually, Hellboy was amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
I have that hot toy on.
It would have to be something. Wait, I always feel like I say his name wrong. Fincher.
David Fincher.
He doesn't do horror, but his cinematic style and his color correction and stuff, that sort of like slides right into my wheelhouse of what I like in cinema. So
yeah,
something there. I think Ridley Scott does amazing stuff too. I think his style, I would love to be able to work on something like that.
Oh my goodness.
But anything that's like horror creature monster, I think I would totally love. More atmospheric stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because Ridley Scott, another one who he's just all atmosphere, a lot of times. Because you get, have you been watching Raised by Wolves?
No, dude, I haven't. Is it awesome?
It's crazy. It's crazy. Because you watch shows, you watch programs that are very straightforward. This is going to be, you're going to really like it.
Yeah, awesome.
See, someone said they want to see you create a monster for Denis Villeneuve.
What did he do?
I don't know. I'm gonna Google that while. Oh, he's doing Dune. Oh, that's right.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes. How can I not even know that? It's been at the top of the news everywhere. Dune. Oh, The Arrival. Did you like The Arrival?
Arrival was with Natalie Portman, right?
No, that was Jeremy Renner and Amy Adams.
Yeah, I love that movie.
And I love things with time. Anything with time blows my mind. But those monsters, again, once you have not monsters at that point, alien life, but it's really atmospheric and really great creature design.
Yeah, 100%, dude.
Hold on. So here's the thing, because I know you also do stuff with was it Wizards of the Coast? Am I getting that wrong?
Yeah, that's a recent thing actually.
Yeah. So a lot of really cool, designs for creatures and lore. With that, do you want to talk a little bit how you got into that?
Yeah, they actually just found my work on Instagram and hit me up, and I'm gonna be the art will be revealed. It'll be for like next year's set.
Yeah,
that was like a bucket list thing for me. So I had in the past contacted them directly to try to, get work, but nothing stuck. So it finally happened. It's actually a tip I would give to like young artists too, just to keep putting yourself out there. And that's how you get work, because it doesn't always happen right away.
Right.
You got to get the right person to see it, but you just got to keep like doing work, and eventually it can happen. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm super stoked for it though.
Yeah, congratulations on that. When I saw that, I was like, oh, that is really great. So, is there like, aside from horror and such, is there any other type of fandom or lore? Because if you're saying that was a bucket list thing, so you must be into other types of, lore and fandoms like that. Do you have like a favorite that inspires you?
I Ask me that one more time. Sorry, drawing and
Sorry, but I told you I'm going to distract you. Like another fandom or like lore that got you into your style. I mean, because again, your style has a lot of tentacles and teeth, man. I keep coming back to that because of the way you draw with all that.
yeah.
I can't describe it artistically, but it's so gritty. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no thanks. I grew up being super influenced by comic books. And then I think my style just came over time though. I don't know if I have a particular influence necessarily. But one thing that really changed my trajectory and sort of like the style though was back in 2013. I was part of a Kickstarter called Cthulhu Wars. And that was a board game. And that was the first time that I really got into drawing like a lot of monsters. And that sort of changed my whole, like then after that, the game did so well. Like I think we raised like $1.5 million on that Kickstarter.
Yo.
Yeah, it blew up. And like at the time I was just like an artist working for companies. So as a concept artist, a lot of times you just kind of slide under the radar and you don't get a lot of like shine on yourself.
Right.
So that sort of gave me like a mini small fan base.
Yeah.
From that point on, I was really lucky to be able to like spur that on to doing like more freelance work, and then kind of started to build up my whole tentacles and teeth thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that slowly, I tried to, for my social media stuff, draw every single day. And that really helped build up my style even more.
Right.
Kind of take it to where it is now.
Yeah, that's I mean, again, the moral of the story with all of this is not giving up. You know what I mean? Like you said, you were sliding in on the radar, then you kept going, and then you kept going, and you got noticed, and you draw every day. So I mean, that's a common thread of the story is because a lot of, like you said, people get discouraged if it doesn't happen right away, but you just keep putting into it. You know what I mean?
Totally. It's so easy as artists because you have to like kind of be self-driven, and especially when you're first starting out. So it can be so easy to be discouraged. And I think it's really important for young people to just keep on working, and know that you're going to get better, because we all start somewhere. Like if you look at my work or like Ian's work, or even like, man, famous, super big artists, man, some of their old stuff just isn't that great. And they just keep, you just keep improving.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's like you said, if you like me, I always gave up on art. You know what I mean? I was, I'm the opposite. You know what I mean? Where I always gave up on art. But like you said, if they keep going and they keep pushing, they will get better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
So you work collaboratively because you do a lot of design work with groups of people to put statues out and other figures out. But what are some of the challenges from designing from 2 dimensions to 3 dimensions, for planning for 3 dimensions?
You got to think of things from 360. So like even just what I'm doing here, I wouldn't think of it as a flat drawing. So I don't mess around too much. Normally if I'm doing a statue design, I'll take a lot of time and kind of cut and paste and like move parts around to make sure that it's going to look good, all the different views.
Right.
I also have to think of like engineering. Like I can't just design anything. It's got to actually work for production. So I kind of keep that in mind. Like for example, with this, I'm going to give her tail sort of like a swoosh coming forward. So it gives some sort of movement, and then also different views from the side. And then I'm thinking, the seaweed kind of like kelp stuff could be what's holding her up. And then I would have to think like, oh, there's got to be a metal rod or something that's going to be thick enough to actually hold up this tail and hold up her body. So that's
yes, you're already thinking like down the line at the production engineering and such whenever you're just doing the drawing. And I like that you're even doing that right here with us.
Yeah, trying.
So yeah, I mean, and I know you also were part of the design team for the archetypes, right?
Not as much. I give a lot of that credit to Ian and Dave.
We were supposed to talk smack about Ian, not prop him up.
I know he's my homeboy though. Yeah.
I know. But yeah, so
Go ahead.
No, it's just I just got a question from Let Your Geek Sideshow Facebook group. Lydia wants to know, what is your favorite Lovecraft story, if you have one?
Rats in the Walls, probably. Thing at the Doorstep. I'm probably saying that wrong. I forgot the name of it. But those two are my favorite.
Yeah. Rats in the Walls.
Yeah. His stuff is like, it can be difficult to listen to because it's very wordy and he uses this kind of language. But the stories themselves are really amazing, and it's all about the atmosphere and stuff like that.
Do you watch? Are you watching Lovecraft Country on HBO?
No, it's not really up my alley.
Yeah, it's kind of adjacent. It's Lovecraft adjacent, but
yeah, exactly. I want stuff that's a little less, a little more abstract.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, and less straightforward with the horror. And I've had some friends watch it that told me it's a little bit jump scare kind of stuff. Have you watched it?
Yeah, I have. It's intense. But like you said, it's not that specific style. That's more you. You would definitely love Raised by Wolves.
Yeah, just the trailers on that look amazing.
Yeah, it's right up your alley. Because I know that because we're like best friends now. So.
Yeah, we got the good taste, man.
So someone from YouTube's asking, what program and drawing peripherals are you using?
This is Photoshop, and I use a Wacom Cintiq. I think it's like a 27-inch or something. It's like 6 years old now. But for the longest time, though, for about 10 years in the beginning of my career, I used Intuos, which is the one where you kind of you draw on the tablet and not on the screen, and it projects onto your monitor. And that worked fine. I did that for so long, for like 10 years. And when it was like a big upgrade for me to switch to the Cintiq, but it took a long time to get used to. So there's no, like, I would say with that, there's like no necessarily like right or wrong tool. Right. They all work really well.
Is there more of a disconnect when you use that separate piece versus now when you're drawing directly onto the canvas, so to speak?
Yeah, there is. But you get used to it pretty quick. Like, it's hard for me now, though, that I've gotten used to the Cintiq to switch back to the Intuos. Okay. Yeah, going back and forth is really tough.
Yeah, because like I said, because whenever I would try to play it, because my girlfriend has one, whenever I would try to use it, I'm like, this does not seem right. I'm not drawing on the screen right now,
Yeah, dude.
Why are these people from Facebook harassing me now? No, someone from Facebook said, what would your ideas be for me if you were to draw me in a horror fashion? I feel harassed.
Have you seen the Terrifier?
No, I didn't see the Terrifier. I have a long list.
Okay, well, that's a killer clown
kind
of thing. That would be you. Yeah,
I'm a killer clown.
Yeah, but he comes up with really creative ways to kill his victims.
Guess who's looking up the Terrifier right now? Oh my God, that is terrifying.
Yeah.
Well, now it's on my list. I'll watch it because this is what makes you think of me. Now I'm questioning our entire friendship. So we're talking about watching, we're talking about everything else. Do you have any like sort of process while you're working, while you're drawing, like of things you listen to or background noise or anything like that? Or are you a dead silence type of worker?
Yeah, I love listening to music. My wife and I both work from home. My wife is an artist too. So, we'll just both kind of play music while we work. I'll watch a lot of YouTube documentaries or videos as well. Like Ian, I'm like a big nerd, so I like watching things about video games or comic books. So it kind of just feels like to me having like a high school friend hang out with me while I'm making art and just talking about stuff. Yeah, I love that stuff. So
not crazy death metal from Sweden, nothing like that.
Oh no, yeah, I actually get that mistake a lot where people see the stuff that I draw being so much horror stuff that they think that I'm like a really dark person or something. Or like I have a dark mind. I'm like super happy, man.
You're like a bright ray of sunshine this whole time, my friend.
Thanks.
You know what I mean? I mean, I listen to the crazy heavy metal from Sweden. So, I mean, I was just trying to see if this was going to continue, like aside from movie nights and TV nights, if me and you were going to go to concerts together. But it looks like,
Yeah, no, I don't really listen to metal.
well, how about of Monsters and Men? We'll go.
What's actually I don't know what was that.
It's indie rock. Indie rock.
Oh, okay. I do listen to indie rock, but not that.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm going to send you a playlist right after this.
All right, thank you. Do that. Man, it's so hard.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is that a new album comes out every other day.
Yeah.
You got to try to find a focus. This thing is killing me. This thing is sick and scary.
Yeah, thanks, man.
And beautiful. Well, that's the thing is trying to make something both beautiful and terrifying.
So I admit I don't do a lot of. I'm not great at interview stuff. So
good.
When we first started, I was having trouble drawing smooth lines. I was feeling my hand be slightly shaky. So kind of really and I didn't think I felt very nervous until I actually started trying to draw. So I feel good now, though. You helped me settle in.
That's it. All you need to do is talk to an idiot like me, and you will feel so much better. But this is quite insane. Do you,
One thing I'll tell, just as a tip thing that I do.
Yeah.
If you notice on my screen, I keep a navigator window down here in the bottom left.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times I'll work, like if I'm doing details, I'll work close up, zoomed in, but I'm always looking at my bottom left. So that it's kind of like if you're working traditionally, you take a step back from your canvas to be able to see everything as a whole.
Right. See the big picture stuff.
Yeah. So you don't get too focused in, and then you zoom out and you find out that it all looks like crap or whatever.
Right. Well, this does not look like crap, my friend. I do like how you also designed it in a way that you are picturing the base for us.
Yeah.
So, but we're getting ready to wrap up. Is there anything you would like to plug?
My Instagram is cool.
Instagram, Tentacles and Teeth.
Yep. I don't think so, man. I think like I said, the Magic card stuff, I'm really excited about once that comes out. So I don't think I could talk about anything else.
Everything's sealed. Lips are sealed.
Yeah.
Well, listen, thanks for drawing with us. Thanks for talking with me. Yeah. I'm going to be at your house. And once COVID's over, we're going to have this movie night at your house. We're going to watch all these awesome movies. Dude, I can't believe you said Rosemary's Baby. Like, #1 movie.
Right? No, I know. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. But thanks for talking. And that mermaid is amazing. So I can't wait to see that on my shelf.
Yeah. I'll try to convince the boss.
Yeah, convince them. Listen, this is a spitballing. This is me tricking you into some statue design. So I'm taking credit for it. My name's going on the credit list.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Oh wait, hold on.
Wait.
Tom Gillison says Rich with a big heart.
Yeah, he's our friend.
Oh. I had to get really close to read it. I'm like, what does that say? Rich with a nice heart. So
love you too, Tom. All right.
Thank you very much. I just want to say real quick for everybody else, we're going to be having a longer special edition of Ink Tank coming up for Sideshow New York Con in early October. And then we're going to be back with our next regular live Ink Tank on October 16th. I want to give a special thank you to Ian MacDonald and Richard Luong. Thank you guys for spending this time with me. And everyone, don't forget to let your geek side show.